right, we've come up with what we think is a more likely scenario based on the current movement of the storm. Now, we have to watch out for what are called wobbles in the storm motion. Sometimes they can be headed one direction, kind of wobble a little bit one way or the other. But we've had a 1 hour wobble, and that's a long wobble. I think this storm is turning more to the north-northeast, and there you see the official track from the Hurricane Center in red near Tampa. We think, however, it's going to be a little bit further to the east, perhaps just to the south of Sarasota, around Venice, Sarasota Beach, somewhere in that area, working its way more toward the I-4 corridor if it does maintain. Now, of course, once it hits the land, it does have the potential of doing all sorts of twisting and turning. However, that does look like it is going to get a lot closer to the metro area than the official track. Now, we're waiting on the Hurricane Center to update. If they choose to do so, they may not. I'm just telling you that based on radar interpretation, it looks like the storm is jogging a bit to the east of the current forecast track.
You can see that people are trying to negotiate through this rain. They started to drive a little faster actually in the last few minutes, I think, in a rush to get home. Now there's a little water that's collecting on the US 441. Oh, I think we better go. I think we better go.
The storm is moving at 22 miles an hour. Okay, so this is how long it will take. You see 3 hours, 10 minutes, 49 seconds. Let's move it all the way up to Orlando. We're looking at the storm arriving here, if it maintains 22 miles an hour, in about 5 hours from now.
At least 140-mile-an-hour winds.
We were standing on the back edge of this hotel right here when that roof came flying over.
And watch, this is going to be, trust me on this one, where we're going to have the most damage. This has been the track so far of the strongest amount of winds. And I want you to note that we have a corridor here of about 20 miles across.
Look at this video. We just got it in. The winds were strong enough to rip a metal roof right off of a post office building.
Here we go. We're finally getting our first taste of Charlie. I know Volusians have been not eagerly awaiting, but have been keeping an eye on the storm. They want to know when it gets close to Orlando.
Look at all the damage. It was amazing as the hurricane came through. We had the eye right here in Punta Gorda where we were staying. Here's our van. Windows are gone. Smashed out, debris that came flying through here. But
we are seeing pieces of metal rip off the roof, tree limbs flying through the parking lot, car doors being ripped off whenever we have actually walked out to our vehicle to try to turn on the live vehicle. I'll try to peel this curtain back right here. You can just see how the wind is amazing. It's hard to actually hold this curtain from the wind. In fact, it wants to lift you off your feet. That is the absolute force of the wind. There goes the curtain right there.
To give you a sense for what's going on here, you can see the debris all over the place flying around. We're told this is the worst of Charlie here just off downtown Orlando in a part of the city. Whoa. And I just saw, I don't know, Shane, if you can see, sparks just flew. A power line with sparks that just flew off of it, and of course you can see the lights on this block have gone out.
We are prepared, and we will respond, and we will recover.
The state is ready, and now hundreds of thousands of coastal residents are being told to prepare to evacuate as Hurricane Francis approaches. Now tonight we're prepared to bring you up-to-the-minute information, all the information you need to know as Hurricane Francis, a strong Category 4 hurricane, approaches.
Now this is the latest updated track, and I want to caution you that this track could still change. I've never wished to have a wrong forecast more in my life than I am with this storm. I hope this is wrong, but this is the latest information that we have from the National Hurricane Center. Still making landfall near the Melbourne area Saturday around 2 o'clock. Winds down just a little bit. It could weaken some as it approaches the coast, but still Category 4 strength, moving right through the heart of Central Florida.
Unfortunately, he's saying bad news. What's the bad news, Tom?
Bad news is the winds are going to be stronger. I think a little stronger, not much, but it's going to be for a longer period of time. Longer period of time. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Stand by. This is the western eye wall that is now, here is the center right there. This is the interior eye wall where the strongest winds are from here outward. The problem is she is going to slow down, we think, even more.
And we go back now to Channel 9's Ross Cabin. And Ross, I'm glad to see you're still okay, but you're getting blown around.
Bob, if you ever wanted to see what it looked like near the eye of a hurricane, I think we're experiencing it right now.
I have my wind meter here with me, but so far The fastest gust we've measured is just about 26 miles per hour.
We go back now to Steve Barrett. Steve?
Bobby, you can barely hear in this stuff, and unfortunately this is an area that is not going to get any break from this. This is that north side of the eye wall that's going to come in. It's just going to be pounded all the way here from Vero Beach all the way up into North or South Brevard, all the way up to Melbourne. We're right in the middle of that area in Palm Bay.
Here's the storm. This is the center of the storm. The eye wall is right here. Okay, so the eye wall is onshore right now to the south, and the center of the storm will move from here to here. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable destruction in this area. But I'm going to let you know that this is just the beginning of a lot more trouble to come. Right here, 70 miles an hour. I can't even hardly get a 70-mile-an-hour error on there. Seminole Springs, Seneca. Right now it is 11:18. Mount Dora. Lynn Rector, one of my weather spotters in Mount Dora. Look out, my friend. Here it comes. Dona Vista.
The rain is just pounding. The wind is pounding. We took a drive around Fort Pierce just about 15 minutes ago, and I think we have some videotape to show you of what it was like out there. This just driving rain. I'm going to let you listen.
Meteorologist Tom Terry, after just a quick rest, is back with us. And Tom, the storm continues its relentless trek across Florida.
That's right. We have seen the outer part of this storm here in the metro area. We've seen the scraps of Frances so far. We have not seen the bulk of this energy because she is just now about ready to work completely over land. This wind machine is spreading north, and anywhere from Melbourne north from about 30 miles inland over to the coast and far offshore is where we have the strongest wind core with this, and we have several spiral bands. This is where we're getting some 75-mile-an-hour winds right here in this corridor north of US 192. And this is going to be the trend all along the coast. We've been talking about this. I hope you're prepared for it. Right along the coast in this kind of green burst area. Actually, boy, look at that right there. Look at that. We got just a little bit. There's 75. See that? Minus 74.9. 75-mile-an-hour winds right here. As estimated by Doppler radar. Now there's Heathrow, Cassia. You probably, and this is also, I think, where we're going to start to see the potential of not only a little bit of damage, but maybe some power outages from this as well.
Let's go now to Volusia County again. Channel 9's Tim Stockman is there. Winds at 67 miles per hour. Tim, how you holding up?
Is that all? 67? It feels like a lot more out here. This is incredible. The winds have really picked up. We turned a corner here in Volusia over the last hour, and it's just incredible as you look out there at the Intercoastal Waterway, and I can't actually turn my head to see what you're looking at, because if I look into the wind, I'm going to blow the contacts right out of my head.
Well, we're on the corner of Oaklando Drive and Northwestern Avenue in Seminole County, where right now the fire department is keeping a close eye on this. Now, they are digging about 3 feet into the ground because underneath is a natural gas line that has caught fire.
Let's do a storm track on this cell right now, and it's right over the Cow Creek area. Matter of fact, I'm going to move this track up a little bit because we're going to watch the leading edge. The storms are probably down here on the southern side, but we want to watch the leading edge because this will give us as much advance notice as we can. Edgewater Junction at 2 o'clock. Oh boy, we're moving back to New Smyrna again. This is where we have folks over the causeway. This is where we have people on the causeway trying to get in.
We heard Tom Terry talk about the cell moving this direction. It's now coming over us now with some strange-looking cloud formations. Have not seen any rotation at this point. We're right by the hospital at this intersection.
Hey there, Bob. You know what we've been seeing a lot of up here is it was kind of hit or miss. Frances might hit one house and leave the one next door alone. Take a look at this. That's exactly what happened here. Just a few shingles off the home on your left. And as we see on the right here, this home, the roof completely gone and destroyed. We could even see there's still water on the ground in here.
It looks like the glass was blown out. And you can see right inside. Can you see that there? Zoom in straight ahead there, top floor.
It's
and
amazing.
It looks as though those windows were blown right out of there.
When we're taking a break from news coverage, you can get the latest on the Hurricane Frances recovery at any time by logging on to WFTV.com. There you can see damage photos taken by our viewers. And as we track Hurricane Ivan, you can also get updates on its projected path. That's at WFTV.com.
We're up on the 3rd floor of the Dolphin Club, and you can see the whole front wall is gone. The roof is gone. Greg Sark is here. This is your dad's place. What was your reaction when you saw this?
I just couldn't believe it. It's
It's total loss up here.